Hi everyone, this is Wayne Rivers at Performance Construction Advisors, where we build better contractors. This week I want to talk about 2025. It's right around the corner, literally, and I want to give you an 8-point contractors checklist for the new year. Okay, I went online, I was thinking about, okay, what about this is important to you? Well, the turning of the calendar, I think most of us show up on January 2nd or whatever, and it's just like any other business day. Yeah, we flip the page on the calendar, no big deal. I think it is a big deal. We should make it a bigger deal than we do because it's a demarcation point, right? So it gives you a chance to look back and reflect, but also look forward and plan. And I think we should make it a bigger deal than we do. So I went online and I looked for some articles. What should leaders do for the new year, to prepare for the new year? And I got a bunch of material that frankly wasn't very well thought out. So I sent an email to my consultants and I said, hey, what do you think a construction leader should be doing to get ready for the new year? So here it is, 8 tips for getting ready for the new year. The first thing, your customers. So the number 1 through number 4 have to do with people. The others, one is personal and the others have to do more with your strategic plan. So let's start with the people part first. Number 1, your customers. Who are your most valued customers and why? If you don't know that, then you absolutely should. Are there new potential customers you need to add to that list? What's your target list? Are there customers you need to delete? Why in the world would you ever delete a customer? Holy moly. Well, several reasons. Risk, maybe your values no longer align. Maybe the margins on that customer's work aren't what they used to be and they don't meet your standard. Maybe the contracts don't work for you anymore. So there could be a lot of reasons why you would take someone off that preferred customers list, okay? Schedule meetings with your top customers. Put that on your calendar ASAP. Get that done. People meeting with people. Number 2, your trade partners. All the same. So replay what I just said with your trade partners and schedule those meetings with your trade partners ASAP. Number 3, your employees. Meet with your top employees, your high potential people, and talk about skills development training, their career paths, and then just ask them some questions. I think these are good questions, but you may have others that work better for you, but these are some pretty basic questions that dig at some important information. How are things at home? How is work for you? What challenges are you wrestling with now? And it could be work, home, personal, it could be anything. And finally, how can we make things easier for you? Again, work, home, wherever. Number 4, assess your team health. John Woodcock wrote this, and I totally respect John's opinion here. He said, assess the trust among your team members. In the past year, did trust deepen among your team or did trust deteriorate? And John said, quote, the most fundamental thing for your business success is trust. So guard that, assess it, measure it, think about it, improve it wherever you can. He also asked a question, did you have enough conflict in your business, or are you too assiduously avoiding conflict? Sorry. A little conflict is good in a business. Now, chronic conflict, no, obviously, but a little occasional disagreement actually leads to better business outcomes. So John asked the question, did you have enough conflict on your team to assure good business results? Okay, now moving on to the sort of company things. Number 5. Review the year just passed. What were your big successes? What were your not so successful things? And what can you learn from them? Number 6, review your strategic plan. What? You don't have a strategic plan after all this cajoling Dennis and I have done all these years? If you don't have a plan, get one. A little plan, a new plan, a nascent plan is better than no plan at all. Review your plan. Is it still valid for 25? Are the assumptions still accurate? Is it still valid? Proof it. Proof it tough. I mean, actually give it a really thorough reading in a way that you're almost looking for tripping points in your own strategic plan. Roll it out to your senior leaders. They should have been a part of the planning altogether anyway, but roll it out to your leaders if you already haven't. And then Fred gave me this tip. He used the word cascade. Cascade the plan down from yourself to your leaders, from your leaders to their direct reports, all the way down the chain in your organization, so the plan becomes a part of everybody's thinking and behaving in the coming year. Number 7, validate your backlog through Q1 and Q2. And then adding to that, identify your must-wins in Q1 and Q2. What are those pieces of business that you really need to have to make sure you hit your targets for the coming year? And then finally, the last tip is personal. Guard your health. Make sure you schedule your medical and dental, and if you have a coach, make sure your coaching is set up. If you have a physical trainer, make sure all that's scheduled and on your calendar for the year. Also schedule your vacations. When I was in Strategic Coach all those years ago, the first thing we did in our planning every quarter was schedule your free time. Because someday I'll get around to taking vacation. No, schedule your personal time first and get it on the calendar for the benefit of you and your family and also the people at work. The last tip, also personal, clean up. Clean up some things. Are there troublesome situations at work? Are there troublesome people at work? Are there troublesome situations at home with people or whatever? These things that have been bugging you for a long time are cluttering up your mind, and they're keeping you from being your very best. So make sure you clean up the things. Oh, also clean up physical messes. They take away too. So physical messes, emotional messes, whatever it is, clean those things up so you enter 2025 in a free state of mind. What tips work for you? We'd like to hear that. Please share with us in the comments. And this is Wayne Rivers at Performance Construction Advisors, where we build better contractors.